All right, thanks for joining me. This is John Torres, Infotech Yeti at infotechyeti.com. If this is your first time joining me, don't forget to subscribe, hit a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below for any questions you have. So let's get right to it. This is just a carpet cornhole bag comparison. Again, please, this is just what I have available. I thought this might provide you guys a opportunity of looking at some materials in a comparison video. I don't see anything available out there on YouTube or online about comparing carpet materials and bags. So let's just get right to it. Again, please, this doesn't give a scope about all bags, but hopefully it'll give you an idea about how many bags are there, maybe in materials and ratings, price, and so forth. So let's just get right to it. Let's start with one of my first bags that I've started with. If you're a beginner, any of these bags will work out great. Let me just say that with a grain of salt. Take that with a grain of salt. Not great, but I think there are some bags that would help you to develop your throw for practicing and starting off. So let's just start first with what I chose in the beginning, knowing from everybody that has it. Reynolds is a company you can count on in regards to getting your first bags. They come out really decent. Their designs are really on the bottom. They really don't have great designs. They seem like they're trying to get better from that, but in my opinion, they don't. But it is an iconic kind of simple symbol name. You got the crown. And in regards to those that are new, for people that are new, not sure what to get, carpet, you can see there's no printing on the backside. So this specifically, Reynolds Carpet Pro Advantage, I like it. I would recommend it for everybody. I've thrown it pretty much on concrete in regards to like both sides in a tennis court, just practicing with my boards. This works out really well. The speeds on this are like in a 4. I say a little bit higher than a 4, maybe just a little tad higher compared to some other bags that rate themselves as a 4. But let's just say they're 4, 4.5, and this is a 7. Now, I do like this bag. So you can see they do get a little bit broken in. Really nice. This fast material is very popular in some of the fast bags. You'll see them on those cat bags, Cornhole Scenario, and other manufacturers that really make decent bags. And this is a very popular material. So why go with something like this? It helps you just to get a decent bag. It has a medium template size. It works out really well. The flop is pretty good. Now, in order to throw a carpet bag, you really need to make sure you have a flat throw. This will help you practice that. I use this now just for practicing, but if I ever wanted to change my mind and say, you know what, if there's somebody out there that likes to throw a fast bag and they have a pretty decent flat bag, I tell them, hey, do you mind throwing these bags? Just throw the fast side, I'll throw the slow side, and we'll kind of go from there. So decent bag. I got these maybe about 65 bucks. Now they've gone up in price from last year. Definitely a bag to decide on. The good thing about Reynolds, you can get custom bags. So if you have a designer, somebody that you can work with, or just do some of your own little artwork or picture, you can get a nice design custom for not much of a price. So I recommend them because of their speed of delivery, their customer service. They're pretty good bags for the price. I really recommend them. The only thing is their designs, not really that great. Next, what I got in regards to the carpet bags was the Black Sheep OG2. This is still one of my favorite bags. It has a different fast side, as you can see. This is what they call a fast material where you can print on, is a 7, and this is an 8. This one, if you find yourself in sticking conditions, this could slow down a little bit compared to this one. This one really doesn't slow down. The material on the slow side is really slow. They say it's a 4. Once you break this material down, this is very popular. And yes, I have multiple in this material because I have a hard throw. This is one of my favorite materials out there because I have that throw. But at the same time, depending what boards, this can really be like a glue stick. You throw it and it just sticks. No matter how hard you throw, your arm's gonna get tired. And to push, you really gotta clean it up. But I still recommend it. They have a nice filling bag. Their stitching is really well. Their designs are really good. This is something that I like. I've thrown this in concrete in the tennis courts, and it's been really well. Nothing, even on the fast side by accident, it's really worked out really well for me. And sometimes I still might take this out and throw it just to kind of warm up. I've played in airmail knockouts, works out well because of that sticky side, nice size bag. Really recommend it. Price for this, I think I got it for like 80 bucks. Now they've gone up in price. You can probably get them for 90 plus shipping. Highly recommended. Black Sheep Baggers OG2. Next bag. Again, these are in order that I purchased, but I still recommend. I got this Sureshot Raid. I just like the design, and plus I wanted something where it was a mix of the slow side here with somewhat of this fast side. So I wanted something in between. So, and plus I like the design. I like that camouflage colors, the baby blue and the green and the black. I just like their logo was really nice. Plus they were doing a special on this. They were getting these away for like 60 bucks. And it worked out really well. They also do giveaways, which is nice. Again, this material, super slow. But one thing I want to tell you, this template is similar to the OG2. It plays different though. It plays different. This one seems like it's gotten more floppy because of this fast material. This fast material is really nice. It has, you can tell there's like more like rigid lines inside of it compared to the Pro Advantage. A little different there. I like using this for practice. I like using it for practice because again, this does stick really hard. But I'm gonna tell you, this carpet is very forgiving. So if you're throwing a bag and you're thinking, oh, it's gonna hang up, this really does play well. Or you can use this and use that fast side as a practice. So this is like a 7. It's a very slow 7. I say maybe 6.5. And I use this to practice because I think other companies that use this material on the fast side might be like a sabotage, but they just flip it. Sureshot logo has it. They just flip this same material over, and it's their slow side for that bag. I really like Sureshot Cornhole. They're very underrated. The fill is a really nice feeling bag. One of the things I like about bags is that they're wide stitching. I like the wide stitching of it. Works out really well. I would recommend it. Some people might not like that floppy bag. They might want something a little bit smaller, but I would recommend it. I really don't bring this to switcholios or tournaments because, you know, it's really that slow. I'm not too confident with trying to play this. Plus, if you notice something about floppy bags, if you try to collect them, they really bunch up. So if I'm coming this side and I want to push and collect, they really bunch up, and you have to really get under that to play. But what I've been trying to do lately in practice is just throw this fast side, throw with faster bags, get used to that, and it's a great feeling bag. Feels really awesome. Highly recommend it. After that, I got my #1 bag. This is my favorite bag. They're all my favorites, right? All your kids are your favorites, but this is by far my favorite baby. Why? Because I never thought I would like this template. I never thought I would like the feel. I never thought I would be able to, you know, play with the Viking. But as you can see, a much different material. You can see this is what people call like a little dot, very micro stitching, very rough to break in. Compare that to the Pro Advantage. And then you can see this is a much soft. Once you break it in, by far my favorite bag. I don't need it puffy. This is really good. You can see I've broke it in. This fast side, again, rated a 7, is exactly or similar to the Pro Advantage. I like the side because it's a very controllable. Compared to this fast side here, this is like an 8. Goes through very fast. This is great for collecting, but sometimes I just want to have more control. This plays exactly how you want. When you flip it over and need to collect, it really comes off the hand really well. The stitching is really nice. This one's a little bit on the high side, but it's fine. It is a smaller template bag. This is the 2021-22 version. But you can see I got this from Extreme Cornhole. This is Jamie Graham's brand from his website. Check them out. I don't know if they have any more. I don't think they have this specific limited edition one. But I highly recommend it. Once you break it in, man, it really plays well. The only thing about this, very small template. So when you're trying to block, it does work, but it's not going to cover the whole hole in a sense where people probably can swivel around it, go around the bag. But I think this bag, by far, is one of my favorite, if not my favorite bag to throw. It just feels the best. I throw really nice. Broken it in really well, and I'm not getting rid of this whatsoever. These BGs are a little pricey. You can get some deals. I recommend getting them used if you want to get them under 80 bucks. They're not bad Vikings. Still, people probably won't use them as much, because if you don't throw a flat bag, these things will cut and go all over the place, especially when they're still needing to be broken in. These definitely I would recommend to get used to, but get yourself a set. Highly recommend it. Check out Extreme Cornhole and see what they have available. Again, price, you're probably looking about 90, 95 bucks, maybe more. Next here, we have let me go first to the Kombats. The Kombats I just recently got because I really enjoyed my Black Sheep Baggers OG2 because of that material on the slow side, and I enjoy this. It's like a surefire material fast side. I really do enjoy it. I was like, you know what? Let's get something different. Let's try it out. And I wanted something else. This is the Contraband Combat. Very, very nice bag. I don't know if you can hear it. It really is a different fill. Not as loud. This is more of a rounded fill, which you really have to make sure you are super flat. The great thing about this fill is this is probably one of the best bags among the other two that I'm going to show you here to roll, cut, and flop. I say more with flopping and rolling, but really probably one of the best bags out there. The material is really nice. The stitching is really good. This is a nice different color scheme that I got. I don't see a lot of people using. Again, this slow slide takes forever to really break in. I got it there, but I wanted to get it really soft to my OG2s and my Sureshot Raids. So I would recommend it for a more, let's say, premium bag. Highly recommend it. It's a smaller template, which is really nice. So you can kind of throw those cuts and rolls and flops. Collecting can be a challenge because you really got to make sure you're on point with it, just similar to the OG2s, but I think these might be a little tougher. But these are more hole friendly than the OG2s and the Sureshot Raids because the fill's rounded, so there's always movement going around. You probably see these things walking up once you hit that board. If you're flat, they'll definitely do those cuts. This is great for practicing if you want to learn how to throw a flat bag. Definitely throw this bag because it's going to really force you to learn how to throw, learn how to do those cuts, and go from there. I got it because I want to do that. I just love the kind of template, and the reason why is because I love the template of the BG Viking. They are, I feel like, a little slightly larger than the Viking, but not far off. The only thing I can see about the Contraband Combats, you can see the printing is just right here. It's supposed to be Contraband Athletics. This is the only thing that I've noticed. Doesn't seem bad. Some of the printing for the lighter color seems okay. It almost seems like there's some little white blemishes behind it. But overall, highly recommend it. Very popular bag. You want something slow that's going to work. You want to learn how to throw a flat bag. This is really one to go with. This is one of my top. I think I'm keeping this in my bag lately because I just got it. But I keep this and my Vikings in my bag. Next, we have 2 BG bags. Yes, I like my BGs. And after I've purchased this and I started throwing it, I said, you know, I wanted something a little bit faster than my Viking that had 2 different sides. I want a little faster side of the 7. This is a 7. This is a 4. Wanted something a little different. So I got the Wizards. This is definitely a much faster forgiving bag, but you have to still be flat. And one thing I noticed, they're very puffy bags. It almost feels like you're gonna, once you grab the bag, it almost feels like it's gonna pop and explode, but it's just how the fill is. Once you get used to the kind of bag to throw this, and I'm gonna say the same thing for the Mercenary, definitely a great bag. It's very hole friendly because this kind of herringbone carpet is really nice. I would not throw this on the concrete at all because this material can get damaged easily if you're not careful with it. I would not do it. Again, the stitching is really nice. These bags, both the Mercenary and the BG Wizards, are much bigger than the Viking. It's a bigger template, but it plays really well. And believe it or not, despite it being a rating of a 6 speed on the slow side, I was able to roll this and flop this easier somehow than my Viking, because this one you have to really throw it. You really have to get all those beads inside there. Somehow I was able to do it, and I think just because of the puffiness of this bag, that's why. I bought these used. You can get these for 70, 80 bucks. They sell brand new for over 100. Check them online. I think it just had one little snag on the side that you can't see. You probably can see it right here, maybe somewhere, just like these little stretches. But one thing I like about BG, their designs are by far. The colors are really nice. I get a lot of compliments about it. Really nice color scheme. Can't go wrong. Great bag. If you want something a little faster from that, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted something faster than my Viking, something faster than my Kombats. These are super slow. So I said, okay, what can I get? I said, let's get something faster. Let's go faster like this BG Wizard. Highly recommend it, but if you get a puffy bag, you still got to be flat. That's why they were selling it. I bought them online, asked him why is he selling. He said, I don't have a flat bag. This thing is bouncing everywhere. Highly recommend it. Definitely has a nice feel. You can get your money back on this even from selling it. So after that, I said, you know, I still want something that's not this carpet. I want it a little faster than my Viking, but not that slow side. I don't want this carpet here from Reynolds. I don't like the fill. I wanted something in between. Again, this fast side I don't want. It's a 7. That's why I got my BG Mercenary. I bought these from a guy at the league. He was selling BG. Again, people don't like them too much because it does take some time to get used to throwing this bag. This, for me, hardest bag to throw. Not because of the bag, more because of the fill. Very similar to the Combat. Hear that? It's just because this backing material, this material sounds louder. But one thing I really like about this, once I started throwing it, this material looks similar to the Viking. See the stitching? But it feels different. It feels a tad faster. This is a 4. This is definitely very accurate as a 5. You can slow it down. I got some fuzz on it. You can definitely get it to like a 4.5. And I think also the reason why this plays faster is because of the fill. Again, once you have rounded bead fill, you can definitely feel it. It's gonna move around. This thing is super hole friendly. Once you get it around the hole, one thing I love about this bag, this really does collect super easily because of the movement of the bag. Once you collect the bag, the beads inside are moving. It just wants to roll and fall into it. I can easily, super easily roll this. Again, not accurately, but I can definitely roll, flop. This is a really nice bag for collecting, great for throwing. If you really want to throw a bag and figure it out, this is another bag to figure it out and get that flat bag. Because it's really tough to get the beads. It's really hard to keep the beads from not moving. You got to make sure you can do it, and getting that butterfly grip and then throwing it. So hopefully that helped you out. Again, regards to carpet bags, again, just don't go too expensive. If you're going to go to your switcholios and games and tournaments, definitely just ask what they have, see what they have for slower bags. I would just go something simple. This works. If you really want to just try something else, go with these two. Just buy this little bag, because you know what I'm thinking of trying to do? Taking maybe these bags here, maybe my Sureshot Raid, just throwing it over and playing on the fast side all day. If I'm tired, I want to just block somebody, just throw it over in that slow side, block it, and see how they play. Hopefully this video helped you out. Again, in regards to one of my favorite bags, these are all my favorites, I'm going to be honest, but the ones that I carry in my backpack when I'm playing singles, BG Viking. I like the template, I like the materials, it plays really well. Fast side is not too fast, it's really controllable. That's one I really like. I say Kombats or OG2s. I say OG2s sometimes because it's one of my first bags. It's super broken in. I don't have to worry about, figuring this out. This material takes a long time to really break in. But lately I've been keeping these inside there to see if people are willing to throw it, or just so I can break them in. And if I had more space, I probably would either do my BG Wizards or just for practice. Again, I like these. These work out great for practice. For 50, 60 bucks, you can probably get them cheaper, used. Practice the fast side. Instead of buying like $100 bags, you know, $80 bags, you want to say, oh, I want that bag. Just get this. It's a fast side, is 7.6, works out great. And hopefully this video helped you out. If you liked it, and if not, that's fine. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the thumbs up. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.